I'm sorry, but for this song, I had to wear this shirt. I had to. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Twilight Alehouse by Genesis. This is, I guess, not really off of an album. So it looks like this song was recorded while they were recording Foxtrot, but they didn't have any room on that album for it, so it ended up as a B-side to I Know What I Like off of Selling England. So it didn't really end up on an album. It ended up as a B-side to the single, and I believe also on an Archives album. So it kind of fits in between there somewhere. Anyways, even though it's not officially part of the track listing for Selling England, a lot of you guys had recommended it to me, alongside another song, I believe it was called Happy the Man. So maybe I will listen to that one as well before we move on in our Genesis adventures. Speaking of brews and alehouses, really quick story for you guys, because you know what? I feel like embarrassing myself and burying myself to you all a little bit. But when we were in Switzerland on vacation last year, we had gone to a brewery because even though I don't like beer really, I at least wanted to try a good Swiss beer. So while we were there, we're sitting at the bar and, we're having a great time. And then we left, and then I kind of realized, my pockets feel a little empty. And long story short, I had lost my wallet. Fortunately, only like a few minutes had passed by. I walked back into the bar and my wallet was sitting right there underneath the bar stool. I was so embarrassed because, you don't want to lose your wallet when you're in another country. You guys can join me on Twitter. You guys can join me in the comments down below. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And let's do it. This is Twilight Alehouse by Genesis.
Is it really true what they're saying? Are you really sure there's nobody come for me? When I'm walking home, there is no one. Once there was a house full of laughter, so warm. Trying to pretend there is someone who will care when I need it. I will now receive my comfort, conjured by the magic power of wine. Just a drink, and I drink, and I'm feeling good. Just a drink, and I drink, and I'm feeling fine. Just a drink to take my sorrow. Just a drink, and you got plans tomorrow. Just a drink to make me feel like a man again. Now I'm down. When I walk outside, there is nowhere. Children follow me with their laughter, so cold. Casting just a glance at the churchyard, casting just a glance at my painted female friend. Now I'm on my way, I am falling, got to find some help. I need that now. So I will receive my comfort, conjured by the magic power of wine. Just a drink, and let out drink, and I'm feeling good. Just a drink, and let out drink, and I'm feeling fine. Just a drink to take my sorrow.
hate when a B-side ends up being like just as worthy as all the other songs. Okay, I hate using YouTube to find moments in the songs, but okay, that was an awesome song, right? Like, that's a fantastic song. Doesn't deserve to be on the B side of a single or an archives thing, whatever. This deserves to be on an album, okay? One thing I really love about this is that, at least to me on a first listen, between Tony and Steve, they managed to create the same pastoral kind of paintings with sound that at least I'm used to with an album like Trespass, okay? Just guitar, beauty alongside with piano, synths, mellotrons, all of that cool stuff. Love it. It's this beautiful pastoral opening that we get to see really throughout this whole song. But it's also mixed with the drumming and the energy that was found in an album like Nursery Crime, which was Phil's first album with the band, and he brought his A game on it. It kind of reminds me of that's the best of those both worlds coming together, colliding together in this big, powerful song that is both relaxing, but also just like restless and energizing. It's a while ago, but I tweeted out like listening to Fountain of Salmacis off of Nursery Crime, and just how good Phil's drumming is on that song specifically. I mean, he's great on like every song that he's on, pretty much. But like specifically on that song, he just has some sort of natural swing, some sort of natural innate ability to make a track groove in a way that is remarkably interesting. Like it's so different, and I feel like his drumming will be studied for so many years to come. And even though he's commonly ranked as one of the best drummers and the most well-known drummers, I still feel that he's not quite studied enough, you know? And this song is kind of one of those examples in which there's so many details. It's thorough. There are moments where the beat is simple, but because of the space the rest of the band creates around that beat, it's what makes it interesting. This was a really good song. I'm very much impressed by this one.
I will now receive my comfort, conjured.
I like how Peter just wants a drink, right? It's like stagnation. Okay. That section right there, right? That section. Does that not remind you of Get 'Em Out by Friday? Because that immediately caught my attention. It sounds like Get 'Em Out by Friday to me. Which, hey, I love the song. It's my second favorite song on the album. So I'm up for that, and that's cool with me. But especially knowing that this song was recorded while they were recording Foxtrot, perhaps there was a little bit of, accidental similarities between the two tracks. But just listening to this beautiful build-up with Hackett and Phil, and of course Peter,
There is no one.
like there is such, like I said, a pastoral beauty, a pastoral beauty in there that we get throughout the whole song. But it's so interestingly built up from a melodic point of view, and of course from a percussion point of view as it continues to ramp and ramp and ramp up. And even when listening to Trespass, and I'm sorry if I'm comparing the albums, but it's just the feeling I get. Even when compared to that, it's really amazing what they are able to do in bringing together these three melodic elements of the song, right? From guitar, bass, and keys, or whatever other sounds are going on in the background. They are just able to bring them about in such a way that I feel like you're looking at a starry night, and the stars are just kind of swirling around you. Occasionally, you'll see a shooting star go by. It's just kind of this beautiful celestial vision of beauty. It's kind of like laying on the grass and just looking up. And somehow they are just able to create that feeling through their fingers, through their vocals, through all of the things that they do. Beautiful dynamics as well as it moves from the harder sections and the harder verses into these softer verses and these softer moments. Do you see how there's little moments like that? And I find this in a lot of different bands and a lot of different artists, but they can take a verse in which you pretty much know by the second time around how it's going to sound. But just by Phil doing that little thing there, Tony backing him up, they're able to create just a minute minute, just a few seconds of something more interesting. There's something extravagant bubbling beneath the surface. And you're going to get that payoff later, but they're just kind of giving you a sneak peek of kind of what's to come. And then, listen, enter the flute. I mean, can you get enough flutes? I love the way that Peter plays flute here. It's so sublime, it's so chill, everything about this part is just rhythmically chill. The hi-hats. With the organ there? Or is it mellotron? Either way, like, what do you feel listening to this? I just feel like I'm sinking. So many details just listening to... I just sat here listening to it. There's so many details in every moment, in every press of their finger against the frets, in every single strike of the drum. There's feeling, there's intensity. It's just fantastic. And slowly we build up into this from those quiet flute sections, and it feels like a little bit like of a, like, I don't want to go as far as to say it's like funky, but it's got a certain groove to it. It's got a certain groove to it. Okay, the pitch rises and the pitch bends. All right, I believe you guys had mentioned that in Stagnation off of their album Trespass, when they're doing that on what is probably my favorite moment on the album and my favorite thing on the album, and specifically that song, which is also my favorite song on the album. I believe that it's Tony actually turning off whatever synthesizer or whatever that he's on, and then powering it back on, which makes that kind of warping sound. I'm curious, do you guys know, is he doing the same thing there? Because I just think that is such a tangible and funny technique. Like, to get a certain sound, you actually turn the device off. And then you turn it right back on. I just think that's really funny. Perhaps that was at a time when maybe these instruments couldn't be pitch bended. I could be completely wrong, for all I know. It's just an observation off of my first listen. You know, I'm allowed to be wrong. Let's get to the lyrics, because this is a great song, and it kind of deserves to have a place on an album, like a main place on an album. If you had to fit this onto Foxtrot, take out Timetable, put this in. Yeah, that's what I say. The lyrics. Is it really true what they're saying? Are you really sure there's nobody come for me? When I'm walking home, there is no one. Once there was a house full of laughter so warm, trying to pretend there is someone who will care when I need it. Sounds like he's getting some reasons together on why he should visit this Twilight Alehouse. I will now receive my comfort conjured by the magic power of wine. It does have that quality about it. Just a little drink, and I'm feeling good. Just a drink, a little drink, and I'm feeling fine. Just a drink to take my sorrow. Just a drink, and you can blast tomorrow. Just a drink to make me feel like a man again. Now I'm down. I like that verse and the way it's built up. It's built up with such positivity. Just a drink, I'm feeling good. Just a drink, I'm taking away my sorrows. Just a drink, I'm having a blast. I'm down. And then he talks about walking outside after visiting the Twilight Alehouse, or the alehouse at Twilight. He's talking about how, there's no one around, it's cold. Now I'm on my way, I am falling, gotta find some help. Oh, I will need that now. Yep, he's gonna need some help getting back home. At least he's walking and not driving. I like the lyrics, I like the song. This deserves a little bit more recognition, in my opinion, but my opinion is just that, my opinion. I would love to know what you guys thought of the song. You can join me on Twitter, you can join me in the comments down below. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.